So there was conflict going on all around, and even though he was a very successful businessman, it was becoming a real problem at work. So why did he come to me? Well, he came because he didn't know what to do. He actually didn't really want to come to me. In fact, he'd been avoiding it for some time, thinking, I have all these skill sets, I'll figure this out. And he also thought it'll just kind of like run its course, but it didn't. And then he didn't want to come because it was embarrassing. How come he doesn't know this? But over time, I discovered that it also has to do with the way we handle conflict, the way we handle, and the style we enter into. Because interpersonally, we all have a natural style that we gravitate to when we are in conflict. I'll write that down so you guys can remember. So this is a crisis, and this is danger, and this is opportunity. And people who are avoiding crisis or conflict are often afraid because they only see the danger side of what can happen. When we can deal with the conflict, we actually improve our relationships. So it's important that we not run away. So when I was talking to Herman and I was showing him these different styles, it was very easy for him to figure out where he lived the most. He was a very successful businessman, both here and in Europe. He was used to people looking to him for leadership. He made all the decisions and he got what he wanted. It was very clear. When he was dealing with his daughter, this was a different matter. First of all, they had a very, very important relationship. This was his baby. This was his oldest. This was the girl, his little angel princess when she was little. And suddenly she was no longer functional. And this really broke his heart. He found himself wanting to soothe her and accommodate her whenever there was a problem. The problem that also occurred was his wife. This caused all kinds of conflict at home because she saw him dumping money into his daughter and she didn't want him to do that anymore. So he was becoming avoidant to his wife. So now he was sitting here being in all these different conflict styles that were not even natural to him. This is where he liked to be. And so he would go into these and then finally he'd go here. He had a really hard time. And he couldn't do this one very well because there was always somebody who was mad at him. It's not that there's a conflict style that's better than the other. It's that they are different and they all have different purposes. So I want you to really think about what is the important thing. If you've got somebody who's having a hissy fit and they're going to throw themselves in front of a car, you become very directing. You don't say, oh, let's talk about our feelings. No, you say you're not going to do this. You become very directing. If you've got somebody, though, that is like just falling apart and they can't look at what's going on, you say, we're going to take a break. Let me make you a tea. So there's a different way of looking at every single scenario. So I invite you to do that over the next week. And if you have any problems with that, I invite you to get in touch with me and I'd be happy to discuss them with you. Thank you so much for your undivided attention. Thank you.